Hi Narayana, greetings of the day. Today we are going to discuss comparing quantities of class 8th. Subtopics of this lesson: recalling ratios and percentages, finding discounts, estimation in percentage, sales tax, value added tax, goods and service tax, compound interest, deducting a formula for compound interest, and applications of compound interest formula. Now, first subtopic 7.1, recalling ratios and percentages. Ratio. What is ratio? We know that ratio means comparing two quantities. Suppose a classroom has 30 boys and 20 girls. Then the ratio of the number of boys to the number of girls is equal to 30:20. Similarly, the ratio of boys to the total students is equal to 30:50. The ratio of total students to girls is equal to 50:20. Even the comparison can be done by using fractions, as boys by girls is equal to 30 divided by 20, that is equal to 3/2. Boys by total is equal to 30 divided by 50, that is equal to 3/5, and similarly total by girls is equal to 50/20, that is equal to 5/2. Here you should remember the ratio should always in simplest form. Yes. Now here the number of boys is 3/2 times of the number of girls in the first example. Similarly, the number of boys is 3/5 times the total strength, that is in second example. Now, the symbol represents percentages. Let us go with the percentage. Percentage compares a number to 100. The word percent means per every 100. So 100% is represent like 100/100. It is also a fraction with a denominator of 100. Suppose there are 30 boys in a class out of 50 students. So the percentage of boys in the total strength is 30 divided by 50 into 100%, that is equal to 60%. Similarly, the percentage of a girls in the total strength is 20/50 into 100%, that is equal to 40%. So you should remember some properties of ratio. Let us go through with the properties of ratios. We express a ratio only between two quantities of the same units, like if both are in kgs or both are in rupees or both are in meters, like that. And we use the symbol percent to denote a ratios. Ratio do not have any units because while comparing both the values, the units should be cancelled. That's why the ratio do not have any units. We call two ratios equivalent if their corresponding fractions are equivalent. The ratio written as A:B, the first term, that is A, is known as the antecedent, and the second term, that is B, is known as consequent. So in A/B, the numerator A is also called as antecedent and denominator B is called consequent. The order of the terms in ratios is very important. That is, the position of antecedent and the consequent are not interchanged. So A:B is not equal to B:A. 4:5 is not equal to 5:4. Similarly, 2/3 is not equal to 3/2. If more than one like quantity is expressed in the ratio format, the result is termed as a continued ratio or a comparison between the quantities. It can simply be represented as A:B:C:D:, so on. if you want to compare 10 meters with 500 centimeters, then we should convert both values into the same units. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So 10 meters is equal to 1000 centimeters. Now you can compare 1000 centimeters is to 500 centimeters, that is equal to 2:1. And there are some note points. X% of Y is equal to X. Percent means by 100. So X by 100, of means into Y. Next one, the percentage of X in Y is X by Y into 100%. Now, some problems are given in exercise 7.1. Find the ratio. So, if you want to find the ratio, both the values should be in same units. If the values are in same units, directly you can simplify it. If not, convert both in same units and simplify it. Now you can solve all these problems by learnt concept. There are 6 problems are there. Now the next one is discount. Yeah, see here some pictures are given, that is Ashadam super sale up to 60%, and the second one is up to 50%, and the third one is up to 80%. What is the meaning of this percent? Discount percent. Now see the 7.2 concept, finding discounts. Discount is reduction given on the market price of the article. This is generally given to attract the customers to buy goods or to promote sales of the goods. You can find the discount by subtracting its sales price from its market price. So the discount is equal to market price minus sales price. Let us go with a simple example. The cost of a mobile is 26,000 rupees. On the occasion of Independence Day, a shopkeepers are given 2,500 rupees discount. Find the sales price. So sale price is equal to 26,000 minus 2,500, that is equal to 23,500 rupees. Similarly, discount is equal to market price minus sales price. From that, in terms of discount percentage, the formula of sales price SP is equal to market price of 100 minus discount percent by 100. See the example. A dress marked at the rupees 120. A shop gives 20% discount on it. What would be the sale price of each of these? So the market price is 120 rupees and discount is 20%. Then substitute the given values in above formula, we get the sales price is 96 rupees. The next one, estimation in percentage. If you are trying to find n% of X, we can estimate this percent using the following steps. Round both n and x up or down to numbers that are easy to work with. Multiply the rounded numbers together, divide the result by 100, then you will get the value. So by the example, you will get a clear idea. Your bill in a shop is rupees 577.80 and the shopkeeper gives a discount of 15%. How would you estimate the amount to be paid? So first step is round up the bill to the nearest tens. So 577.80, the nearest tens is nothing but 580 rupees. Then 15% discount is given. Let us go with the 10% of discount. So what is the 10% of 580 rupees? That is 58 rupees. And the 5% of 580 is 29 rupees. So the total discount is 58 plus 29, that is 87. Now you can subtract this 87 from the bill amount, that is 580. Then you will get the value of selling price, approximately 493 rupees. of the discount. I hope you understood this example. Now, the next concept is, see the pictures. This is tax, GST and service tax. What is the sales tax? Value added tax, VAT, and goods and service tax, GST. Now coming to sales tax. Sales tax is charged by the government on the sale of an item. It is collected by the shopkeeper from the customer and given to the government. This is therefore always on the selling price of an item and is added to the value of the bill. What about VAT? There is another type of a tax that is included in the price known as value added tax, VAT. The next one is GST. From July 1, 2017, the Government of India introduced GST, which stands for Goods and Service Tax, which is levied on the supply of goods or service of the both. So, ST, VAT and GST are calculated on the selling price. Now, we'll go with one more formula, that is the cost price. What is the formula of a cost price? Cost price is equal to TP of 100 plus tax percent by 100. TP is nothing but tag price. So, that cost price is nothing but tag price plus tax percentage. See the example. Salim bought an article for rupees 784, which included a GST of 12%. What was the price of the article before GST was added? So that billed price is 784 rupees. That tax, the GST, is 12%. Now the cost price formula is equal to TP of 100 plus tax percent by 100. So by substituting the values, 784 is equal to TP of 100 plus 12 divided by 100. That TP is nothing but 700 rupees. So tag price is 700. By adding the GST, it becomes to 784 rupees. Now exercise 7.2 problems are completely based on VAT, GST, etc. sales tax. So by the learned formula, you can easily to solve all the given problems. Here we need to identify what values are given and what is the relevant formula to solve the given problem. Now, the next one, see the picture. What did you observe from the picture? I think everything is related to money, money, money. Hey, there is one more formula is there in the top right corner. A is equal to P of 1 plus R by N whole to the power of NT. What is this A? What is this P? R, N. Let us see. Yes, it is nothing but a compound interest. What is interest? What is compound interest? Yes, interest is the extra money paid by institutions like banks or post office on money deposited with them. Interest is also paid by people when they borrow money. So we already know how to calculate simple interest. Let us go with the formula of a simple interest. Simple interest I is equal to PTR by 100, where P is equal to principal amount, T is equal to time in years, R is equal to rate of interest, and amount is nothing but principal plus interest. P plus I is nothing but total amount. So P plus, and the formula of I is PTR by 100. By taking P is a common, P of 1 plus TR by 100 is nothing but the formula of simple interest. Now let us take an example. Find interest and amount to be paid on rupees 15,000 at 5% per annum after 2 years. Here we need to identify what values are given. That 15,000 is nothing but P, that is a principal. That 5% is nothing but rate of interest, that is R. And 2 years is nothing but time period, that is 2. T is equal to. And what is I? And we know the formula I is equal to PTR by 100. By substituting the values of P, T, R, we'll get interest is 1500. Do you remember the formula of amount? Yes, amount is equal to principal plus interest, that is equal to 15,000 plus 1500, that is equal to 16,500 rupees. This is a formula of a simple interest. Let us discuss compound interest. We have some money in the bank. Every year, some interest is added to it, which is shown in the passbook. The interest is not the same each year, it increases. The interest is not the same. Each year it increases. Why? Normally, the interest paid or charged is never simple. The interest is calculated on the amount of the previous year. This is known as interest compounded or compound interest. It means, so we need to pay interest for principal amount as well as interest amount also. So let us go with one example to get a clear idea about the compound interest. Suppose, see the example, a sum of 1000 rupees is borrowed by Arjun for 3 years at an interest of 10% compounded annually. Find the compound interest and the amount he has to pay at the end of 3 years. Suppose if you want to solve the problem in simple interest concept, directly we are going to substitute the values in the formula of PTR by 100. We'll get interest and after that we'll get total amount. But here we need to find compound interest and compounded every year. So every year means time period is equal to 1 year. The rate of interest is 10%. Principal amount is 1000. By substituting all the values in PTR by 100, we'll get interest is 100. So after 1 year, the amount becomes to 1100. That is, interest is added to principal amount. So for the second year, principal becomes to 1100. Rate of interest is the same 10% and the time is again 1 year. Now substitute these values in the formula of simple interest. We get interest is 110 rupees. So after 2 years, the total amount becomes to 1100 plus 110, that is equal to 1210 rupees. So for the third year, principal amount is 1210. Rate of interest is 10% and time is equal to 1 year. See, here the principal amount is changed from year to year. First year we are paying interest only for 1000. Second year we are paying interest for 1100. And the third year we are going to pay the interest for 1210. That principal amount is changed from year to year. After 3 years, the total amount becomes to 1331 rupees. I hope you understood the problem, the concept. So, instead of finding each year, after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years, it's better to deduct a formula for the compound interest. Let us see the formula. In the previous slide, we observed how to find the compound interest. Now, we can see the formula of compound interest. As A is the total amount, P is the principal amount, R is the rate of interest and N is the time period. So, A is equal to P of 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power of N. Again, A is equal to P of 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power of N. A means total amount, P means principal, R means rate of interest and N means time period. So in simple interest, first we'll get interest. After by adding interest to the principal, we get total amount. But here in the compound interest, here we are getting total amount directly. If you want to find only the compound interest, subtract that principal amount from the total amount, we'll get a compound interest. Let us take an example. Find CA on rupees 12,000 for 2 years at 10% per annum and compounded annually. Here P is equal to 12,000, R is equal to 10% and N is equal to 2 years. Compounded annually means 1 year is equal to 1. 2 years means N is equal to 2. 3 years means N is equal to 3. So here the formula A is equal to P of 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power of N. Substitute the value P is 12,000, R 10, N 2. By simplification, we'll get the total amount is 14,520 rupees. So if you want only the compound interest, then CI is equal to A minus P, amount minus principal, that is 14,520 minus 12,000, that is equal to 2,520 rupees. This is only the compound interest. Now, applications of compound interest formula. What are the applications? There are some situations where we could use the formula for the calculation of the amount in CI. Here are the few. Increase or decrease in population. Here also we are applying compound interest concept. The growth of a bacteria is known if the rate of a growth is known. The value of an item if its price increases or decreases in the intermediate years. Changes and decreases in commodity prices. The value of the item will increase and decrease. Worth of an item. Inflation in profits or losses. Bank transactions. All these are the applications of a compound interest. And we go with one more example. The population of a place increased 54,000 in 2003 at a rate of 5% per annum. Then find the population in 2001. Now, what will be the population in 2005? Two questions. So first one, it is given that the population in the year 2003 is 54,000. So 54,000 is equal to population in 2001 of 1 plus 5 by 100 whole to the power of 2, because the year difference between 2003 to 2001 is 2 years. That's why I am taking N is equal to 2. Now by the reverse operations, we'll get 54,000 is equal to population in 2001 of 105 by 100 whole to the power of 2. By simplification, we get the population in 2001 is 48,979.50. The nearest value approximately it is 48,980. Similarly, what would be the population in 2005? 2005 means it is after 2 years of 2003. Now P becomes to 54,000, R becomes to 5 and N becomes to 2. By substituting the values in the formula, we'll get the population after 2 years, that is in 2005 is 59,535. So all the problems are based on and depending on the concepts and the formula. Which formula is useful and the simplification part. We'll get the final answers. Now, exercise 7.3 is based on compound interest. Substitute the given values in the respective formula and by simplifying, we'll get the final answers very easily. If you are getting confusion but taking the formula, obviously we'll get a wrong answer. Choose the correct formula, do the calculations properly, we'll get the final answer, exact answers. That is for the today's session, dear. Have a great day. All the best. Bye to all.